Ever since I was a kid, I've loved to run. My parents sometimes tell me I could run before I could walk, which doesn't really make sense, but I always believe them.
It's 5 a.m. and Olympic hopeful Brandon Schmidt has already been at the gym for 2 hours with his coach.
Push it! Push it! Push it! Push it!
I've been working with Brandon ever since he was 8 years old. I discovered him sprinting across a playground. That's how I used to find my runners. Just hang out at playgrounds, look for the quickest kid. Can't do that anymore, of course.
For Brandon, every morning it's the same routine.
First, I do cardio, then weights, and then it's just all the pills I could cram into my mouth.
Push it!
Brandon's road to Rio began years ago, in a small bedroom in Darbyville, Ohio.
When I was a kid, I had posters of all my heroes. Lance Armstrong, Marion Jones, Ben Johnson, Mark McGuire, and that one guy who took a car for 11 miles of an Olympic marathon. I wanted to be just like them.
From those modest beginnings, Coach Jason Clark helped fill Brandon with the stuff winners are made of.
Here, you need your purples. We've tried pills containing everything. Cat dick, dog dick, lizard dick, rhino dick, badger balls, muskrat anuses, chipmunk fists, moose face. A 5-hour energy shot straight into his eyeball.
Ow!
One time I put a tampon full of jet fuel up his ass.
Push it!
Another time, I got Regis Philbin to scream into a jar and then had him inhale him. All of this just to get that edge.
But even the most prepared athlete can sometimes get caught. And that's when Brandon relies on Coach Clark's strict regimen of excuses.
And go!
I slipped and fell in a vat of liquid amphetamines.
Good. Next!
I was walking down this dark back alley and a guy came up and stabbed me with a syringe full of EPO.
Sweeter! Sweeter!
I ate my twin in the womb.
I don't believe you!
An uncastrated boar spit in my mouth.
Plausible. I like it. Stick the landing.
Last night I drank 5 beers and everyone in America.
Time!
How'd I do?
You're ready.
Now, with his eyes on Rio and Olympic gold, Brandon Schmidt is hoping that his years of hard work will finally pay off.
For me, to win in Rio, that'd be a fairy tale come true, you know? It'd be a Cinderella story. But like if the slipper didn't actually belong to Cinderella and she took a lot of drugs to change the size of her foot to fit in the slipper, and then Prince Charming fell for it. And they lived happily ever after. That's my dream.
In competitive sports, doping is the use of athletic performance-enhancing drugs that are banned from using in athletic competitions. Doping has managed to become a major factor in sports history, primarily the MLB and the Olympics. At the 2016 Olympics in Rio, at least 120 out of the 11,000 competitors had served suspension or had to return medals because of doping. This was about 1 out of every 100 competitors. With recent scandals involving performance-enhancing drug abuse, such as the Lance Armstrong scandal, the MLB biogenesis scandal, and the Russian doping scandal, one major discussion has been raised. Why is there such a strong opposition against performance-enhancing drugs? With the way performance-enhancing drugs increase the baseball market, the use of performance-enhancing drugs has shown to have a major beneficial impact on the realm of sports and can have a positive impact on sports entertainment.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really.
In 1994, the MLB Players Association could not come to an agreement on a new collective bargaining agreement, which led to a strike to end the season. Over the course of this time, the sport of baseball's popularity was sink to an all-time low as the revenue fell from $1.87 billion in 1993 to $1.4 billion in 1995 and 96. However, from 1995 to 2001, an unexpected power surge began to happen in the MLB, leading to many more home runs. Over this period, attendance rose 44% at MLB games and revenue rose from $1.4 billion to $3.7 billion. In the MLB, guys like Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGuire are not present on the Baseball Hall of Fame, though statistically being some of the greatest hitters to ever play the game. There is constantly controversy whether or not they belong in the Hall of Fame. However, the key factors that determine a baseball player's ability and performance go far greater than just use of steroids. A batter's ability to identify the pitch in its rotation, or a pitcher's ability to throw a curveball through the strike zone have nothing to do with steroids. Also, these players are an important part of baseball history, and the Baseball Hall of Fame is just a museum of baseball history. After the 2016 Baseball Hall of Fame voting, sports media personality Colin Cowherd went onto his show to discuss his opinions on these players not getting in.
If there was a tech Hall of Fame, everybody's stealing ideas, including Steve Jobs and Apple. There are guys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, had people write songs for them. Every singer today has auto-tuning. You know what that is? It hits the voices and the notes that you can't. It's called auto-tuning. So the way I look is everybody's gotten help for a long time.
Though the social consensus is that doping is a detriment to sports, the case behind certain substances being banned is unclear and hypocritical. We should learn the effects that the use of steroids can have on the professional sports industry before making a claim whether they are good or bad for sports.